Hello, everybody, and welcome to Boston Blue Beat's weekly Ranbat series, Burst Limit. I'm Tweedo, and I'm joined by the wonderful...
I'm Smoothie.
Hey. And so, we're here to bring you yet another week of some sick CF action. We're going into our second week here, and we've got a nice bracket here. We've got a couple of familiar faces for anyone familiar with the online CF scene right now, most of which I've already placed within our last tournament in the player standings. We have Zai here, who's currently sitting at second place as well. And we have a lot of new people. Oh, yeah, and Zen as well, who has signed up for this bracket. A bunch of other people here that are relatively common faces for CF. We have Icecool, NoctisOnyx, ChaoticGames managed to pull up for this. Dawn, of course, the winner of last tournament and that crazy grand finals reset as well. So, lots of familiar faces here today. And
yeah, pretty,
so
exciting. I think how many people did we get total? 18 players. Very nice.
Yeah, so we got pretty consistent numbers right now, right? The big thing as well that I like to see is the fact that we still have a lot of new faces alongside a bunch of familiar faces. There's someone in the bracket that signed up as pseudonym, so I want to see who they are, like, eventually. But we'll get that figured out. That's in round 2, so we still got a little bit to go here. But yeah, I think this will be another fantastic bracket. Honestly, I'm very excited to go in through it. Oh, and Hitoshiro managed to join in. But right now we have what's going to be NoctisOnyx versus Valtr. Okay, so this should be very cool. So yeah, this will be Azriel versus Jubei. I don't get the chance to see this matchup played super often. I know Valtr's in Connecticut, and they were at the last monthly about a week ago, which is always cool to see. And NoctisOnyx is in MDVA. I haven't gotten the chance to catch their matches in like ages, surprisingly.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Jubei, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is how Valtr adjusts his air movement to Azriel, because Azriel, as we all know and maybe hate, has like 40 bajillion anti-airs, but right now we already got an upper weak point in about 4.7k, so maybe there's some other things to worry about right now.
This has to burst, and see if avoids the dash in.
Looking good so far. Not sure. I think Valtr's probably going to stave off of using Ball Oki, primarily because of Growler from Azriel, but we may see whether or not Noctis is able to actually pop it. But it seems that Valtr is already in install, just trying to use the Rekka pressure, but manages to place himself really well in the 6C, catching the jump back from Valtr. Oh god, 5D pops, and that's already the first round. Oh my god. Jubei, okay. I played Jubei for a period of time, but Jubei's like JB is like actually cranked. I never knew it until like I pressed that button, but the counter hit is fantastic, and then like the hitbox is great too. Oh god, hold on a second here.
Gets away, gets the anti-air too.
Drop combo though. 2 weak points set. Noctis is going to be able to get bare minimum a refresh on one of them. There's the JD. Pop the 2D. Oh, uses 3D, 2D to set it again.
OD, but not gonna do anything for him, and that'll do it.
Yeah, the problem is with that OD is that the situation was still kind of ambiguous, so wasn't really you can't really tell 100% whether or not your opponent's going to either continue to commit or whether you've got a punish on your hands. So Noctis just keeps on swinging. He's got 12k health. He's got a lot to work with here, and just manages to get the kill off of that. So I'm curious to see what adjustments Valtr might go for. One thing that I'm surprised I haven't noticed is like Valtr using backdash. I haven't seen many from them at all, and Jubei backdash, oh, as if on cue.
There you go. Yeah.
Jubei backdash is really good. Probably one of the best backdashes in the game, especially with the way how Jubei is able to break his dash just straight up by down backing instead of even needing to use barrier. Whoa!
It's cheeky reset.
Yeah. Gets the G214C Ender, keeps it safe as well. Not going to be a ton of damage, but should be able to keep Noctis close to the corner unless he rolls out.
Great air tears again.
Oh, he might be able to pick up off of the install. Oh, combo prorated just a little too much, and you got to remember, Jubei's always got crouching confirmed, so that 3C is almost always going to like be seen on the ground confirms here today. Oh!
I felt he had the burst.
Oh, got caught inputting 2C. I don't think he necessarily wanted that to come out. I think he buffered it, and it just ended up coming out by accident, but Jesus. A quick 5 DRC will definitely seal the deal there, and that's tragic of your Valtr. Gosh.
I think the game plan was solid.
Yeah, he had a lot to... I think he's showing some good things right now. He just kind of has to hold firm right here. Because it feels like once Noctis gets momentum, everything just gets messy in that sense. Let's see what we got here. Gets a knockdown, goes for the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem. Once Azrael pops the Growler and it makes contact with the ball, he's fully invuln, so he kind of just gets to take his turn back for free there. Looked like Valtr might have forgotten, or maybe wanted to check Noctis's reactions.
Oh, he just gets to fall. Nice.
Yeah, the 5B whiffs, which is honestly shocking. That button is massive. Gets the install, but no pickup afterwards. Probably doesn't believe in the proration, and we got Rekka pressure now. High DJB. One lower weak point set, but Valtr can definitely stall this out. Nice hit in neutral here. Should be able to clean it up for the round. He'll definitely do it with the drive there. Nice showing from Valtr, showing signs of life.
Air there for Noctis here. See it off the pressure. Oops.
Gotta respect Gustav. No IB there, so Azrael's free to just smash a 5A right there. Some good blocks from Valtr and a good 2B challenge. Let's see what he's got. Still in the corner, has to fight his way out. Really well-placed JCs, but just not quite there. And I feel like we've been saying this for every other round, but Valtr once again forced to burst in a pretty awkward situation.
A great 2B there, though. Is gonna get the...
Got the knockdown TP. You're gonna kill, yeah? Super? Alright, yeah, that should be it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Noctis definitely showing his force right there, but I think it was a very solid showing from Valtr. I think the main thing that I noticed was that it was just a few things that didn't quite glue together, and so he really couldn't gain the momentum he needed to really close out with the game.
Like, is that the hits maybe were there, but then the Oki situation not quite. Yeah.
Yeah, like, especially on the Oki, now that you pointed out, like, he got the knockdowns and it was fine, but then it felt like he was very used to maybe, like, a lot of, like, the most common knockdown for Jubei is that he'll do 236B, 236C, it's the slash in the ball. And he definitely showed that he was like, okay, yeah, I know it's Azrael, he gets to Growler, so I'm not going to go for ball. But, like, it felt like he didn't have many ideas for mix-ups after the fact. Like, we didn't see any of the, like, cross-ups, no instant overheads or anything. So it felt Noctis was never really necessarily on the back foot, if you know what I mean. Like, Jubei ideally can definitely overwhelm you with a bajillion different things that he has available, but it felt like he got the knockdown and Noctis was like, all right, yeah, this is going to be, like, pretty simple offense. Like, I'm fine. I'll get out. If I die, I die. It's kind of whatever. And then kind of just managed to deal with it accordingly. Right now, though, oh my god. Okay.
We can deal with it. Let's deal with some... deal with some unblockables.
These two players, Sodelic and Zen, definitely have that mentality when it comes to their play. well, they will just do things and they're like, yeah, you better figure this out, or otherwise you're just going to get smoked and them's the breaks.
It's exciting then, yeah.
It is, yeah. I'm surprised Sodelic's on the Carl. It's been a few weeks since I've played them, but last time I was playing them, they were playing like all bang, but I think they just want to hang out with the puppet character this time around. Alright. Zen getting the 6C right there and forcing the burst out of Sodelic early. Now, probably going to see this a bit more often just in general because, from Carl's rather, the burst. Simply because their game plan and the win condition is so strong, but that only means so much when you're comboed in the corner by Ragnar. Nice 2B caught, catching the backdash right there. Gets the 5D into Devoured by Darkness, and that should take it. Yeah, there it is.
Super clean first round.
Yeah, looking good for Zen. Zen with the 5D round start. Not working out for him, unfortunately. Sodelic here with the knockdown. And this can go from... Whoa!
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I was going to say bad to worse, but this isn't terrible. This is very much so a pretty solid position for Zen. Dahl is pretty far out. Sodelic will be able to counter assault into Dahl when he gets the chance. Zen looking for the burst there, it seems, but not working out yet. And we just mash.
Yeah.
Okay, getting the knockdown here. Zen's probably going to be looking for another burst from Sodelic soon off the next hit. We'll see if Sodelic gives it to him or just lets Zen bait it out and take his turn for free. Stuck in the corner. Dahl is up still. Ooh! Try to get tricky
nice
right there.
Jump.
BRC. Yeah. 2D covers so many options, and God, yeah. That IED J2C, it's so sick. Yeah. Nice movement with the Dahl in order to get the combo and take the round. Sodelic is now up a burst. And just kind of sitting back a little bit and making Zen whiff a couple of buttons. The really cool thing about Dahl, right, is that some of her normals have a bunch of armor properties. So I think we'll see Sodelic opt to use some... Whoa! 5D! But yeah, I think we'll see Sodelic use a couple of them in order to sort of bully Zen and catch his attempts for trying to use some normals in situations that are a bit unconventional right now. Burst coming in from Sodelic, has not been able to summon the Dahl. Your sister is not here to save you. Doesn't get the dash cancel.
Again with the backdash.
Yeah. And right there, I mean, honestly, it feels like the biggest thing was simply that Zen managed to separate Sodelic from Dahl in a pretty solid way, at least in the corner positioning. And it felt like Sodelic did not really have the defense to sort of handle it or escape the situation. Like, it felt like he might get out of it once, but then finds himself back in the corner, and then suddenly Zen has already dealt like another 3.5. And forcing the burst out of Sodelic early has been really beneficial for Zen.
Again, Dahl super far away here.
Zen fulfilling the Ragnar Hell's Fang quota, and another backdash catch. How many times are we going to say this? Volante's out. Let's see if Zen remembers. Yep, backs out properly. And an early burst. I'm not too sure if I agree with this one. I don't think there was a terrible positioning, and now you're suddenly in the corner with Dahl and you just spent your burst. So this is going to be a bit rough here. Opened up by the 5B. Maybe he was trying to jump out or something. Probably going to see an unblockable here. No, blocks low. Blocks the overhead, but the 5A afterwards. Can't really challenge there. The Dahl was there to keep Carl plus. And that's kind of the Carl round we expect to see sometimes, right? Like, puts you in the corner, mixes you to death. Have fun. GG's.
Let's start here for Sodelic.
Yeah. Zen right there with the Nightmare Edge. He's a big fan of doing that. A lot of BlazBlue characters have ways of delaying their air momentum. Zen definitely likes to take advantage of that with Nightmare Edge. And Carl, I don't think really has the air-to-airs to deal with that. So I'm curious to see what Sodelic will do. Maybe he relies on his movement or uses like the Dahl's clap, because that hitbox is massive and lasts forever in order to catch those things out. But we'll have to see. Right now, though, we said it before, Sodelic stuck in the corner without the Dahl.
Not in the corner anymore.
Managed to swap sides. Is this going to be the burst from Zen? No! Baits out the DP right now. Oh, baits the burst as well! This should be death. Oh, that was sick.
Smelled it.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's one of those things, right? Definitely he's kind of, he saw the DPs and was like, okay, this is the type of player that wants to, like, that is in the mood to burst here. So I'm just going to throw out a couple buttons, jump cancel, and I'll be fine. The messed up part about it on top of that, though, now that I think about it, is that in theory, I think Carl would be able to like call Doll and then still barrier. But I don't know exactly.
That's gross.
I think I don't know. I feel like that'd be a really
plausible.
Yeah. And there it is, the claps, right? Using that really active hitbox in order to anti-air Zen and prevent any sort of delay air momentum nonsense. Now Zen once again stuck in the corner. Doll is summoned. It's party time. Opened up by the 2D right now. Next knockdown coming in. Lots of meter for Sodelic. Zen manages to find a DP out of the brink. And Sodelic just kind of opting to back off for the most part. I think he understands that he wants Zen to sort of force himself in and hang himself in this case. So he's just backing off a lot here. Nice adjustment from Sodelic, especially compared to the first round, right? Oh my... That was cool.
Ooh.
That was really cool. I think
that looked like an air-to-air.
Yeah, that was the first time I've seen a Carl use that move off of like the air backdash in order to air to air. That's really cool. Like normally you'll see like, you know, a dash into it, but I like that usage quite a bit. That's very sick.
Escape.
Sodelic sending out the drill to no end here. Valtr makes contact, decides to switch sides. Doll's a bit out of position. Zen smacks it off.
That hit, yeah.
But yeah, once again, Sodelic just trying to use the Doll in order to wall out Zen. Already getting the burst as a fruit of his efforts. The 6B, however, comes in. Sodelic bursts himself. He is at set point here. If he gets Zen into the corner, or if he gets into a sandwich situation, that could be it. Cross up. Good block, except for the 6E. Sheesh. And just really great play from Sodelic here. I love the adjustments he made in that set. That was very, very fun. Really good neutral usage. Really good defensive changes, I think. That was just really cool. Oh, yeah. Honestly, it was just fantastic. If you guys want to also... If you guys are seeing these sets and you're like, man, I want to hop in, but I was a bit too late for this one. Fear not. Our week 3 signups is already up. Hit that exclamation point, week 3. That is WEEK, and then just the number 3. And you guys can sign up and get ready to play. So by all means, remember, this is a weekly Ranbat series. If you guys are interested in playing CF or maybe want to get your feet wet or you're kind of grinding towards CE Otaku, which is in, honestly, about a month, I think this series is a really good opportunity for players to hop on. So keep that in mind, huh?
Yeah,
but
a lot of people coming through every week, at least so far.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. And in general, you know, there's a couple other CF events that are going on as well that are keeping things going, right? There was recently the FFF bracket where Beta Dude showed up for it, and a whole bunch of other players. That was like about 50 people or so, which was really sick. There is the weekly series from Imperius Club as well, which has their open CF brackets and their beginner CF brackets, which alternate. They're on Thursdays. I believe this week is the open bracket, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely check them out if you want to get some more CF action as well. But yeah. Taking a look at the bracket here, we've got a couple of interesting games coming up here on winner's side. We have Ryukusen versus Aerodat, who finally managed to pull up for it. We always joke that he does, but he pulled up for this time. And we just got the results back from it. It looks like Ryukusen won 2-1. So we have our round 3 almost set. We have Zai versus Ryukusen, Dawn versus, I believe it's Eolyne, correct me if I'm wrong, and an Azrael Mirror with Noctis versus ChaoticGames.
Oh no.
It should be funny. And then our round 3, which is going to be Sodelic versus what is likely to be Icecool, unless we see a big upset from Stardust Lucy. But yeah, looking pretty good here. Loser side, wow. I'm honestly surprised with some of the loser sets. We got Joshua and losers, Aerith, Hitoshira. Some pretty good players around here. I'd be nervous if I was on either side of the bracket, to be honest.
Definitely. And yeah, looks like round 2 just finished up, so.
Oh, awesome.
We'll have
and we have our next game queuing up where it's going to be Dawn versus Eolyne. I forget who Eolyne plays, but Dawn is I think a pretty established Relius player. They've been playing for quite a while. They won our last bracket. Had a couple of really close sets against Zai, where Zai managed to reset the bracket, but Dawn managed to claw victory back. The interesting thing here is that if Dawn wins this set coming up, and if Zai wins their set coming up, they actually get a rematch to make it into winners finals. So that should be a pretty cool thing to see here.
Yeah, that's exciting. Potential last week's grand finals.
Yeah, it'll be
winners semis.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it looks like I was mistaken. Yeah, it's Zai versus Rikusim here. So this will be the Mu versus the Hakumen.
Oh,
so this I can't remember the last time I've seen these two play. I think it's been a while. Jeez, I haven't seen Rikusim in too many brackets as of late, but he definitely makes sure to show up for. He definitely pulls up here and there. In New Jersey, if I remember correctly, while Zai is in Seattle, PNW, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this set should be interesting to me because Zai is definitely the type that can get kind of impatient and a bit stubborn about the way they play. But if they keep themselves cool, calm, and collected, I would expect to see a bit more of the zoning style that we're seeing right now. Whereas Rikusim, on the other hand, can at times be very aggressive, likes to roll the dice. I mean, you're Hawkman, so you got the RPS for it. Speaking of which, good 2D right there. Managing to take Zai off to the corner right there. Misses the combo right there, but still getting a knockdown this time. Looking for the delay tech. And then, interesting for Rikusim to kind of back off right here. Feels like he kind of gives Zai a bit of space, but I think he wants to just check for some early DPs. And we got, speaking of early, we got the OD coming in here right now. Not going to do too much offensively, but he's got some meter to play with now.
It's the air counter and... Ugh.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage. Spent a lot of meter, but, I mean, he's gaining it passively, and he doesn't need to force the issue. Gets the 4C right there as a result of Zai trying to dash in. Good block on the Enma here. Right now, Mu just kind of backing off. Not seeing too much action again. It looks like Zai wants to take a rather patient approach to neutral in this situation right here. Getting the second hit to 6B. That's one of the gross things about the character. Her mix is not necessarily strong. And I put like a bajillion asterisks behind it, but the whiff first hit of 6B is a very strong option in order to get a pretty good overhead right there sneakily. We're seeing it right there. A trade hit. Oh, God. Setting a couple of stars here. Probably going to be fine with the turrets. Okay, looking like... Oh, okay.
Charges out. Nice.
Yeah. One of the big things here that I'm starting to remember, kind of a running theme from the last thing that we saw, right? Like with the Noctis match is that, and as we're seeing a really sick double super here, is that Hakumen does have 2D as a frame 1 parry. The big thing about it, though, is that if it makes contact with the projectile, when Hakumen special cancels, it's fully invuln. So he gets to do that on a lot of projectile Oki, and surprise, a lot of Mu's Oki revolves around using her Steins, which are considered as projectiles. So kind of curious to see how the Oki might shift, or whether or not Zai might try to like set Steins at certain times in order to set up throw mix-up situations. Right now, though, we're seeing the overdrive from Hakumen go wrong. Yikes.
Wow. Is that the laser shot making it still?
I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I'm not sure what exactly hit Rikusim, but if you're Zai, I am so happy. I don't care if my opponent got the OD. I survived the Hakumen OD. Life is good. Life is fantastic, in fact. Right now, we're getting the OD and the super. This super has absurd minimum damage, so this should kill, yeah, despite Hakumen's like massive health pool. And we're going to the second game pretty quickly. I don't think either player wants to even wait. No pausing to think, just want to get right back into it.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Right now, Zai up 1 game so far. Looking pretty good for them. Getting caught by the 2-1 for A, but not really much following up from Ryugusen here.
Next landing into the full combo. To the corner. Nice.
Gets the 2B meaty. IED's over the 4C, surprisingly.
A Hakumen burst. That hurts. That hurts.
That is good. That is good.
The big thing for Hakumen, of course, is that his OD is just so strong at all stages of the game, so removing that from like the round, especially when you're forced to burst like that, is just really rough. You lose so much potential damage and just honestly fear that you get to put in someone. Really cool 5A from Zai though on the after the Agito right there. Nice. And smartly using the Stein shot there. That Stein shot is also kind of messed up because normally Hakumen will use the sword normals in order to like cut the projectiles, but that went behind him, so he was unable to cut it. Zai right now really undeterred. You can tell they're going for the zoning style because they're going for the fully charged signs. They have much better properties for zoning in general. And it doesn't seem like they're really scared of Ryugusen cutting any of the projectiles and building the meter for potential confirms or utility later. Right now, just trying to open up Ryugusen, playing it rather slowly. Nice, perfect range for that 6B whiff right there. Messes up the confirm, but gets the backdash and still punishes Ryugusen despite his OD activation. And air-to-air here. Pops the OD, gets the punish as well. Can't kill off of that.
Send them full screen, but yeah.
Oh, and a nice confirm. And I think, yeah, that definitely takes it. Zai.
Boost from OD. Nice.
Yeah, just sealing the deal right there, too. Oh.
Zai take? That was pretty nice. That was pretty convincing. Just zoning Hakumen out the whole time, huh?
Yeah. I think the big thing about it was honestly the fact that you could tell Zai came in, had a very specific game plan that they wanted to execute on, and then just immediately committed to it, right? Like, there was nothing that it seemed Ryugusen presented that put Zai on the back foot, and they were very firm and committed to how they wanted to play out that set, and it worked out in very good favor for them. And on the other hand, it felt like Ryugusen had a couple of interactions that went well, but nothing that could really stick, you know? And so it just kind of ended up falling by the wayside for him, unfortunately. But remember, that is winner's side. Zai is now in top 8, but Ryugusen still can make a tear through losers in order to make it out. Right
now we'll get Dawn and I've forgotten how you oh no, I'm sorry.
Like the,
this is it, yeah.
It's either Eolyne or Eolyne. I'll feel bad either way if I mispronounce it. Please let me know after the fact. Or during if you're in Twitch chat. Feel free to. But right now, this is Kagura versus Relius. I'm not gonna front. This matchup is difficult for Kagura. You got Relius who can string you up and still threaten. Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. No punished.
Yeah. Looked like you got the 2C and was just a little too far away, but still, drawing out the OD from Eolyne is leaves him in a pretty good position right now. Counter assaults out, summons the doll. He's really expecting Eolyne to just kind of run into the doll. The thing is that Relius's, air doll series actually do like pretty good damage passively. It's like over 600 damage or something. It's something like it's like actually kind of ridiculous. That damage can definitely build up over time right now. However, Dawn now without the doll has to delay this combo in order to get a proper regen. Oh, not quite committing there. That's the thing. He would have been able to finish the confirm had he had the doll there. He tried to RC maybe to get creative, but he already used the jump, so couldn't double jump or do some janky follow-up to finish up.
Are the AD coming through?
Yeah, rather aggressive start as well. A lot of times from Relius players, you kind of expect them to just back off, summon the doll, and get it started, but Dawn looks like he wanted to take advantage of that and just dive right in. De-summons the doll and wants to get that regen back. And the problem with the burst here is that you kind of just send Dawn to full screen where he gets to summon the doll for free, and now you're already back in the corner. Good flash kick, but unfortunately it hit the doll, not Relius, so here we go. The anti-air spins through the fire.
No!
Spins through
so
Kagura's spin in a tragic result. Flash kick. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Spin 2D. Alright, let him know. And Dawn's opting for the dual BIOS and just IEDing there. And that's one thing that we'll see from Dawn pretty frequently, I would say, in his sets. There's a lot of situations in which he'll be at like mid-screen or full screen for an opponent, and he'll just say, okay, I'm bored, I'm going to do a BIOS now. And then he'll just summon the doll and then just jump into the air in order to catch someone out. There is some good counterplay to that, but it's a very good way of forcing people into awkward situations if they're not prepared for it.
Yeah, and of course Dawn will be much more familiar with the situation.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Eolyne, however, getting the 2DA starter, 3.4. This is definitely a good start, but Dawn fuzzy jumping out and blocking the Cosmos. Ooh, can't mash on that 2D. That is full guard point, my friend. Dawn trying to spin, but Eolyne finding the time to get the counter hit regardless. Probably looking for the Cosmos there. Doesn't quite get it. Overdrive was almost good for the stance there, but the flash kick, wow. All right, forward pressure right here. Just trying to bait out a response from Dawn. Catching out some button, I think, that Dawn pressed. I think he mashed something there. And Eolyne taking that first round in a pretty good way. Down their overdrive, while Dawn is sitting with about 40%, but that's definitely a start.
Real, but after.
Ooh, and a sick confirm from Dawn right there. Wow, that was cool.
Nice anti-air and the pickup.
Only trying to hold stances in order to catch out Dawn, but you gotta respect 2C. That is a fantastic anti-air, as well as Doll 4D, always present.
One fan here for Eolyne.
This is definitely how it starts. Even if Eolyne doesn't get the kill here, if they manage to draw the burst out of Dawn, that is definitely a win in and of itself. We'll see if he spins. There it is right there, and the 60 following up. And one of the things that, we're going to continue to see, I think, in this set is Dawn's usage of spin. He likes to use it defensively quite a bit. It does carry some risk, especially if he gets counter hit or if Kagura opts for a throw here, but the reward can potentially swing the momentum of a round.
Kind of impressive. It goes through even the Kagura's projectile, right? Which always looks to me like it's so active.
Yeah, whoa! The 6 dB right there, phasing through Ignis, and there's the spin again, but he gets counter hit for it here, right? So we're gonna have to see how Dawn assesses the risk of using it in some situations right here. Now, he does have over 50 meter, though, so I am kind of expecting a counter assault here, but opts for the reversal super. That gets baited out, my friend. That was just dash startup, and Eolyne taking the game right now. Oof. And now the set is looking pretty spicy at the moment. This should be very interesting. Are we going to see the upset of the current rank 1 in our Rainbat series fall to loser side? Here we go, going into the next game here. 5DC hit Ignis and then hit Relius. I am shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna get countered for it. There's the 2C again from Dawn. We're gonna see that a lot, especially while Eolyne is trying to find a place to JC. It's just not as useful for approaching in this matchup as Eolyne wants it to be. Gets the hit here, however. Definitely proving me wrong in this moment right now, but we'll see how often it works out here. Right now, though, we've got a nice confirm. Should be over 4.7. Lied a little bit, 4.8. Instant overhead.
Okay.
Doesn't get the challenge right there. Nice. Always got to remember to disable Ignis after the wheel. You can mash right there on block. Dawn summons it again, but it's now in a blue bar. Ignis is going to be gone by the end of it.
bias.
Flash
Oh,
kick RC,
no!
but air dash back, right back into Ignis's loving arms.
This is fine.
Wow,
what a catch!
I have no idea what he caught Don doing, but took the round. Wheel at round start, just covering the space right there that Kagura wants to occupy. Ooh, goes into 6A from here. Dahl is looking a little bit low after the 2-1-4C. Haven't seen too many regen confirms. Probably gonna desummon Dahl in a moment. Gets a super, desummon. It's time to combo and regen that wife back. And that's looking to be just about enough, and the spin 2D will take it. Moving into potentially the last round here. 2DA burst. This is looking real good for Eolyne. Now opting to play it back a little bit, not getting caught for trying to JC as much, just kind of waiting out a response from Dawn. The 2C is very strong from Relius, but it does have a lot of recovery, so you can punish it pretty cleanly right there. Eolyne looking for the air-to-air, but just not quite there. Forced to burst now. Dual BIOS is out. Can jump over Ignis. Ooh.
Oh no.
So he tried to get creative there and use the 60A, but for multiple reasons it didn't work out. We'll get to that in a bit. Right now, though, Dawn in the corner. Tried to 4D in order to catch out the jump out from Eolyne, but no dice. Caught low right there. Eolyne probably trying to fuzz jump. Has to desummon the doll now and back up. Oh, and the 5A. Doesn't connect on the crouching hitbox of Relius.
Oh, brave
Counterspell from Eolyne. Dual bio set here from the block string. Caught low right there. This is not going to be enough. Dawn doesn't have the doll meter for it. Tries to JA, but the 2A will catch the fuzzy jump from Eolyne. Sheesh. And yeah, that is the set right there. But yeah, I mean, that set got really close.
I'm not sure.
really. But I think the deciding factor was, Eolyne's stubbornness, in my opinion. Because it felt like there were a lot of situations in which Eolyne would fall for the same thing over and over again, or would get put in the same position multiple times, and they were unable to find a fast solution to do something else, right? So, like, I pointed out a few times with Kagura JC, right? How multiple times Dawn would just punish with the 2C. There's also kind of other interactions as well, like on the dual BIOS, for example, with that really weird interaction at the end. Now, what Eolyne wanted to do, presumably, was that 60A has body invuln. Or in 60B, they both have body invuln. The problem is, it activates... The invuln activates depending on how far Kagura is, because the startup varies. So Kagura had to be closer to Relius in order to get the invuln to get past Ignis. So he just got counter hit there, and then gets smoked as a result. Would have liked to see maybe some less risky options from Eolyne to kind of start off with, and then lean on to a couple other ones, but still played very well. Offense was good, caught Dawn out in more situations, and definitely had a lot going on there, but unfortunately just was a bit too short, and Dawn taking it. So we will get the chance to see Dawn and Zai in top 8. And our other top 8 match is going to be Icecool versus ChaoticGames. That one should be very interesting. I will leave it at that for now.
I'm sure we'll get to see it soon.
Yeah, but oof.
And
so
then how's loser side looking? The already in round 4. Okay, we're getting through there.
Yeah. Sodelic looks like lost to Icecool earlier in the winner side bracket. Took the set against Aerith, and now is just kind of sitting in losers. I always get this wrong.
I think that's still.
It's not quarters.
That's still top 8, right?
No, it's losers quarters. It's the round afterwards. Yeah. So we'll get the chance to. So hopefully we get the chance to see them. Looks like everybody's been going through pretty well so far. We got a pretty speedy bracket. Always like to see that. But yeah, right now we got ChaoticGames versus Icecool. And okay, Chaotic, I appreciate that you
Icecool
were.
and K. I'm gonna say it. ChaoticGamzes.
No, just Chaotic Games. Don't give him the satisfaction. Don't give him the satisfaction ever. Don't. You will run with it too long. But yeah, this should be interesting. Funny enough, I remember I don't know if you see his Twitter, but if I remember correctly, Chaotic played the opposite of the set where he was playing Susanoo against Ziggy's Asriel like yesterday. So it's just a little amusing to see this kind of play out in reverse. As we are going into it. So yeah, this is Susanoo versus Asriel. This is a big body battle if I've ever seen one here for BBB. And one thing that we're probably going to see is just how both players sort of maneuver around the mid-range. Both Asriel and Susanoo have relatively, I'll say it plainly, obnoxious buttons at that range to wall out people or start their offense or pressure them or keep opponents away. So we'll have to see how this kind of plays out, especially between like Asriel 5C and Susan 5B.
Okay, I was gonna say respectful round start, but I think this is a little too much, right?
Yeah, it looks like both players really are just waiting for the other to do something. ChaoticGamzes just not really feeling pressure to do anything, and frankly, that's probably one of his more defining traits, is that he is one of the more patient Asriel players. Doesn't really see the need to push the tempo in a set very, very quickly. He'll weigh his options, figure out what your defense is like, and I guess sometimes he'll DP
after
and
OD.
he will get punished pretty hard for it. Going to be a couple of unlocks. Never mind. It's going to be a lot of unlocks for Icecool right now. Catching the delay tech from Chaotic right there with the 6B. About 4k for his trouble. And Chaotic, ever undeterred, going for the DP immediately afterwards anyway. Ooh, Pillar barely trading with Chaotic right there. Icecool manages to dip out, gets an unlock for his trouble. Doesn't want to commit to the 6A, likely concerned about Chaotic's reaction Gustav, or rather reaction Growler, in order to absorb the projectile. Bursting right here, really wants to take this round. Definitely would have killed, so Icecool bursts, yeah.
Yep.
And the YOLO wheel will definitely take it right there. All things considered, for both players, losing their burst is pretty big. Chaotic has a lot of pretty strong OD routing in general that allows him to close sets pretty well. And for Susanoo in general, and for Icecool, of course, that Susanoo OD is fantastic to have on deck. Good robbery factor, great for unlocks, any confirm, it's just great in general. Right now, though, unlocking the DP. Ooh, Asriel trying to backdash, but you gotta respect the 6B. The hitbox is massive. Another unlock, gets the orb, catches another delay tech. Another delay tech caught with the 5A this time.
Get out.
Tried to go for the 5C, but traded with Susanoo 2C. The air throw into super, and that should take the first game right here for Icecool.
Not even Asriel health.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I mean, these guys are both, like, big bodies. Susanoo, if I remember correctly, is 12.5k, while Asriel is sitting at 12k. Both characters well above average health. Right now, going into the second game pretty immediately, looks like both players do not want to waste any time whatsoever and get straight into it.
We'll see what Chaotic's thinking to change it up.
Yeah, I'm curious, because he definitely got a lot of defensive habits caught out pretty quickly by Icecool. And in terms of his offense, while he did definitely display some patience, it felt like there were a couple of opportunities where Icecool was just basically able to weasel out of the situation right now. But Gustav catches all, and those plus frames do matter, but as a resulting from the walk back from Chaotic, still getting caught out from Icecool now. Grand Viper, DP unlocked as well. Going to be great for his confirms. Great bait right there on the DP. 6E Fatal. What do you got for us? A drop combo.
No.
You hate to see it. Gets the Gustav. Gets the purple throw as well.
Okay.
This is going to be some fantastic corner carry here. Gets the second Sentinel dump. Upper weak point for his trouble. Icecool, ever undeterred, DPing again. And Chaotic, once again, just kind of backing up and sitting there, but Icecool manages to sneak in a 6A, and it just all goes well for him afterwards.
Rebel 2. Action.
Match point here for Icecool.
Good block on the 5D right there. Manages to get a hit afterwards. DP from Chaotic immediately afterwards. Looking for the delay tech with the 6D there. No dice, unfortunately. Gets the 3C OD'd, but safe. Backs off of on the 2C right there. Ooh. Yeah. Gets the 3D. Alright, not going to be a lot of damage here, but this will be a secondary weak point applied, or rather another weak point applied. Catching the delay tech. Good jail right there. Doesn't go for the throw. Gets the 5D to open up. Pops the mark. This should be another upper weak point set. What do you got for the mix? Good old cross-up IADJB. Smoked me too many times back in the day, and to this day, honestly. Jumps over the 6B right there. Plus frames. Gets the 5D here. Icecool just a little too far for the 3D. Catching the delay tech once again. Chaotic with the E-tech this time, but gets caught by the 6D. Unfortunately, Icecool whiffing the follow-ups right here, dropping that combo. Gonna let Chaotic get out of the corner. Lower weak point set, and he is on the hunt.
So D.
Not gonna be a ton of damage, but let's see what unlocks he managed to go for here. Gets the crush trigger for the extension, but prorated too much. Chaotic is out of there. Another DP. Good air-to-air with the JBs right there. Another DP from Icecool. These two players are just swinging their reversals out. Are we going to see the bait? There it is.
Yeah. Okay, don't drop.
Burst is available, though. Just out of time, however. Chaotic squeezing out the win here, keeping it even. 1-1 with Icecool here.
Last round go into a bit of a DP swangin' contest, but
yeah, both players, I feel like we're just caught off guard by the other's willingness to just say, like, no, I'm continuing the DP, actually. Like, this is what we're doing today. Chaotic, once again, backing off. And a familiar round start at this point. Both players at full screen just kind of hanging out. Icecool did manage to squeeze in the DP, and my god. 5A for Susanoo is just an insane tool for catching players out, especially on their approach options. The hitbox is absolutely massive. Icecool right here, packing a good punch with this damage. Whiffs the throw here because of the DP from Chaotic. A couple of cross-ups, but Icecool holds firm. Not cracking under pressure here. Chaotic playing it calmly, probably expecting another DP right there. Icecool with the 6D, however, cracks him open with the overhead. Active Flow should be able to seal the deal here with the seals he's got. We are going into what will be set point for Icecool right here to make it out of winner's side top 8 and sit pretty in winner's finals. (6B) whiffs. Back to full screen. Chaotic doesn't want to commit, doesn't want to get caught out by a 5A or a 5B. More importantly, doesn't also want to give Icecool the opportunity to get a seal using the 6A. A couple of trades, but Chaotic manages to stay on top here. Whiffs the throw. Alright, gonna see a couple of unlocks here. Icecool opting for the Grand Viper. Gonna go for DP most likely. There it is. Another DP from Chaotic himself. Gustav patches, but we mash after Gustav lands? Okay, what's the mix here? Chaotic caught by the throw here. Overdrive available for Icecool. Can he close here? Pops it. What do we got? Active Flow and OD. Will the EA kill here with Azriel's health? I don't think so. Not quite it. Yeah, but once again, catching the delay tech with the orb. And Icecool takes it 2-1.
Damn, that was pretty exciting.
It was a nail biter, I'll be honest. It felt like Icecool, especially in the last game, kind of, I hate it because this always ends up sounding like a pun, but they kept their cool and remained committed to their options, and it felt like their play was very undeterred, to put it simply. Whereas Chaotic definitely showing signs of life, definitely playing well, but through one way or another, getting opened up by Susanoo in some situations, right? Like the 6Ds were landing relatively consistently. It felt like there were a lot of exchanges in neutral where Chaotic was trying to wait out a commitment from Icecool, but ended up eating it for trying to approach himself, and a couple other things that just kind of didn't work out right now. But either way, Icecool playing well, sitting pretty in winners finals, while Chaotic is set to losers quarters right now. And coming up,
we already have our next match ready too to see who's gonna play against Icecool.
Yeah.
We got the run back from last week, Dawn versus Zai.
And right now, Zai just opting to use a lot of Steins here. I'm curious to see how that'll change once Ignis is out, because Ignis does guard point projectiles, so I'm not sure if that will affect Zai's Stein placements or how often she even opts to place a Stein to begin with. Good block so far. And a really good delay landing by using the Stein right there, baiting out the 2C from Dawn right there. 5A connects. This should be looking real pretty here. Steins won't activate because of the counter assault from Dawn landing. Wheel coming out and just catching Zai sprinting in.
Again.
Yeah, and that's the big thing with like Dahl in neutral. The way how Ignis is able to kind of just stuff your approaches in chip and like add up damage is really strong. And if you're not ready to respect it, then you just kind of get screwed over. One of the good strategies to deal with it is honestly to just wait out either A, Ignis using a normal or a special that leaves her punishable, or just trying to maneuver around it in a couple of different ways in order to force different options out of the Relius player. Right now, we're seeing that full screen dual bios not really working out in his favor whatsoever.
Yeah, wow.
Like,
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, Zai looked very prepared for it as well. Just set a couple of Steins, popped laser super, and was chilling, but the DPRC combo not quite there and still losing the round. Good 5C from Zai, however. Maintaining a good start here. A couple of Steins set up. Plus frames here.
Ignis never comes out. I mean, there she is.
Yeah. The other thing as well is that because Ignis goes away on hit, you know, Zai is still able to run her projectile Loki. Unlike kind of the other cases that we've seen, you know, with Hakuman and Azrael, right? DPRC right there from Zai. Still pressing buttons.
Cross up.
Yeah. Setting the Stein, gonna activate and give them plus frames. And really good patience right there. I love that sequence, the delay between setting the Steins. One Stein set, long pause to wait and check for Ignis, another Stein set afterwards once you confirm where Ignis is at. Pops the overdrive, but that is not the situation that you want to see it if you're on defense here. Dawn managing to get by with that dual BIOS once again. Gonna pop the super here. Valtr should be able to close the game right now. And honestly, call me out if I sound wrong here, but it felt like the story of that game was just that Zai was in control until she wasn't, and then things went from bad to worse.
I think it was also, it felt like the post-duo bio situation went from like, she was very prepared for it first round, right? But then this round, Dom's like, oh, I'll go air through you, and then it's got weird fast as well.
Yeah. I think one of the things that people are somewhat surprisingly unprepared for is for Relius to kind of chase when the dual BIOS is set at mid-screen and full screen. So they get caught out by the air throw or other strong air buttons from Relius. So here we go. We're going to see a similar situation. There's the air throw again. Right there. Throw counter as well. So Zai was probably trying to preemptively throw at a button, but still getting caught out for it. Looks like they still don't have a solution yet for it, and I think Dawn is going to opt to abuse that continuously if this set gets extended very long. Raw 6C from Zai, but unfortunately, Ignis planted right in front of her, so she gets smacked up for it.
Okay. This is gone, though. so make
Yeah,
this
straight up
count.
disabled as well, just from the neutral interactions here. Now Dawn forced to just block. Spin is available, and there it is, but much riskier without Doll out to cover with 6D or 2D.
She's back. We're spending some meter.
Good blocks here, but I like the challenge on the Doll, but Dawn was very smart and opted to go for the 2D so that he could guard point it. Not going to be able to confirm, and once again, Ignis is disabled. Can Zai take advantage of this? You got Aurelius with
50
full meter
meter
and full OD available. Gets the
Okay.
spin, but no Ignis to cover means that if your opponent is using a low recovery move, there's just something else coming up afterwards. Both players just dashing through the sky right here. And that's kind of the problem sometimes with like these full screen dual BIOSes is, that was tragic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hold on. First off, congrats to Dawn to making it into winners finals.
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
Guaranteeing themselves a top 3 and plenty of points here for the Rambat series. But yeah, to kind of highlight what we're seeing right here, right, is that in that dual bio situation, it's not very strong because even if you jump up into the air, if your opponent throw OSs in the air and you don't have any throw mix available, you're not really getting much out of it. Even if you do opt for the TRM in the air, right, you don't have Doll available in order to follow up from the air logger. So your confirm isn't going to be quite as strong. And you're spending 50 meter for the chance to do that instead of spending 50 meter for the mix. Now, have they been working out? Absolutely. So, you know, obviously that's there on the table, but it really feels like a lot of these players are not prepared for that sequence. And I would say, given that Dawn has played against Zai before, I am surprised somewhat that Zai was unprepared, given their recent match history with each other. But moving on from that, we got loser side to go through. Right now, we've got NoctisOnyx versus Sodelic here in the loser side. More
Azrael
Azrael.
and Carl.
Yeah. So let's see what Noctis has for this matchup. I'm not as versed in it, but I think Noctis has definitely had his fair share of Carls with with a certain strong, really strong Carl player in his region. To the Oki landing for Sodelic here, forcing the early OD out of Noctis and not working out in his favor. Sodelic opting to pop the OD in order to keep Ada alive, still getting the regen despite using her. Doesn't have enough meter to use Crush Trigger in order to delay it, but ooh, getting caught for trying to command dash. Good tech on the throw, sets the drill out.
Just a couple hits. Could be all Noctis needs. This is the start.
Looking a little bit prettier now, has Active Flow. Gonna run out relatively soon, but if he gets the next hit fast enough, it could go very well in his favor. Unless you drop and that happens, that's painful. Ooh. Awkward post OD situation negates that OD right there. Not working out in Noctis' favor. And another good usage from Sodelic here, just opting to keep Noctis at bay, waiting out a much more rushed and less focused approach, right? And he's getting great reward from it. This is almost 4K at mid-screen, no meter spent whatsoever. For Carl, that is fantastic damage. Gets the counter hit JB here. Solid corner carry as well. Gonna use the drill most likely. Cross up, there it is.
Just into the corner, so this is okay.
Yeah. Pops the Rhapsody of Memories, but not working out in favor, really. Still, however, big life lead as well. Both bursts are down. 50 meter to play with. Unless Ada goes the wrong way, but still got the 6-8
No way.
anti-air. I don't know how he slipped it in there. That was, wow, okay.
Alright.
Okay.
They're like willing to scrap here, even against the big man, like 3 times his weight, probably.
Oh, probably 5 times his weight. Azrael's a big dude. That man definitely eats. Either way, though, Noctis forcing out the burst from Sodelic early is very good, especially because it didn't lead to an immediate quarter situation. Ooh, 6C, forcing the burst out of Onyx himself.
Yeah.
Gets the extension from the weak point here. Gonna get another weak point if he gets to finish this combo. Gets the upper. Doll is nowhere to be seen as well. This is looking real good for Noctis. Should be one more hit in order to kill, unless... Do you got these? Ooh. Yes, he does. Good extension with the crush trigger there in order to net the kill.
Rebel 2. Action.
Good movement from Noctis, not really trying to commit to it, letting Sodelic whiff a doll normal so that he can make his approach immediately afterwards. Fatal doesn't spend the RC in order to confirm off of it. Alright, upper weak point set. Burst available for Sodelic. Are we going to see a bait? But he didn't commit to it! Oh, forgot about the properties of Anima. That is fully guard point. You gotta just respect it, let Ado whiff or block it, and just do your thing afterwards.
Players
Sodelic.
slipping in and out.
Yeah. Ooh, should be able to get the punish here. Doesn't kill because Ada interrupts it.
She's just still going. Oh god.
Yeah. And Noctis trying to swing on the doll in order to disable it, and Sodelic just goes, huh, interesting. What if I just did my doll super in order to beat you out for it? 6C from Noctis, however, after some crazy interactions, and manages to get the game, keeping the set even at 1-1 so far.
This is now loser's side, so both players fighting for their lives. And the points, of course.
And the points.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel
Alright,
1.
let's see what we got here for our round start. Probably gonna be, yeah, Noctis just backs off and opts for the immediate Gustav after that. Couple of good hits from Sodelic. Gets the drill cross up, forcing the burst out of Noctis. Doll is still relatively close by, and Sodelic should build almost 50 meter after this combo. So the threat of counterassault is available, but Noctis just catching out the defensive options and just frankly smashing 2D, and Sodelic just getting hit by it multiple times. Real good damage off the DP here, but drops the confirm. Ah, you hate to see it.
Oh, just leaves. All right.
Yeah. If the situation is bad, simply leave. Smile. Cross up right now coming in. And there's that JB. Azrael's got a lot of obnoxious buttons, and that JB is probably in the upper echelon of them. Alright. Really risky situation here. Sodelic is just stalling for time, giving the doll enough time to regenerate to a reasonable amount. And the thing is that Noctis is planting himself in front of the doll in order to beat it up, right, on reaction. But because of that, Sodelic is just getting off this doll super for free and starting his turn. And you really do not want to let Carl get started whatsoever. 2D Oki right now catching the delay tech. Another delay tech catch with the 2A. Sodelic bringing the doll in, not close enough to confirm. And the... Whoa! That was a late hit drill if I've ever seen one. You ever seen a drill hit that late? Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a no. 50 here to play with here. Overdrive as well. Doesn't get the clap follow up, but the chase.
Oh wow! Try the backdash or something.
Yeah, really smart on Sodelic right now, taking it 2-0 pretty confidently, I would say. But yeah, okay. So I'm not gonna front. So on that kind of like last interaction right now, I love it when players are still kind of able to maintain like some semblance of like, okay, this is what's happening afterwards, off of like some of these soft knockdowns. And I love the ID chase there, especially because that combo is meant to have an extension with the clap there, right?
Ah,
Yeah. I say this because I've been playing a lot of Type Lumina, and Coma confirms can get a little sloppy sometimes, and you really have to just work. You have to work very quickly in order to catch up or catch a tech or do something else, like on reaction to something not going quite your way. And on Carl, given the nature of the character, things can go very bad to worse if you're caught out in a bad situation. So I just want to say it's really cool on Sodelic to make it work in that situation there.
Yeah, because on the flip side of it could go bad, I mean, you know, you show how aware you are with your own character and what's going on. Like, you can really crank up the pressure on your opponent.
For sure. But while we're waiting up for our next set, just want to let you guys know of a couple things coming up. Our next offline monthly will be on September 10th, so definitely be sure to check it out. You can get the link with the command !offline in the chat. We also have our Guilty Gear plus our online tournament that will be on September 17th as well. So we got plenty of action coming along as we go through the month of September. So definitely be sure to give it a look. And while we're here, I haven't talked about it all day, but an exclamation point Matcherino. Need I say more? Need I say more? Give the player free money. It's as easy as that. Give players like Houston versus Eolyne free money. Right?
And they're into it. Oh sheesh.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Yeah, so we got Hakumen, Kagura.
So this is a matchup that I don't think Spooky plays Hakumen against it, but wouldn't be surprising to see it at like a local level. 2D8 start, however. Jesus. Okay. Gonna be a lot of damage here. About 4.6. Looking real good for Eolyne here. Drawing out the OD from Yukasim with the Katomos, but not eating the 6C from Hakumen, I'd say, is a pretty good OD survival tactic. However, because of that overdrive, Yukasim has still almost a full bar to play with right now, but nice B flash kick right there from Eolyne. Gets the command throw. TRM'd, in fact.
Yeah.
Moving into the next round already. Burst is way down for Eolyne. Overdrive already almost back up from Yukasim. Tries to go for the JD there, but just unsuccessful. The 5A anti-air, however, wow, that was so fast. Low off the slide, no follow-up from there.
Nice block.
Yeah.
Plays jockeying here. Oh.
Yeah, Eolyne trying to use a couple of big range anti-airs in order to catch out Yukasim, but no dice so far. 5C neutral, not going to work out when you have a Hakumen just dashing up with Yanagi like that. I like the patience from Eolyne, though. Working out pretty well in their favor. Pretty high damage and confirmed coming up. Overdrive will not be available on time for him, especially when he got a situation like this. No super needed. That's game one already out there for Eolyne.
Back into it.
Yeah, and frankly, I'm not sure what Ryukusum necessarily does to make adjustments, at least. It felt like, honestly, that like first game was very fast, to put it mildly, so. Kind of just have to batten down the hatches and figure out what to change.
Oh, backs right off. First one.
Yeah. Looks like he wants to play out the neutral a bit longer, and it's working out very well for him. Big life lead setup. Still has a ton of meter to play with as well. Wants to make it a game of patience, especially because Hakumen's passive meter game can force people to approach. Kagura's approaches, especially at a mid-range, not so good.
There's OD.
Oh, try to get the RC, but that was just a strange hit. Yeah. Can't even blame him for whiffing that. Can put a little bit of blame for the full screen projectile, but cleans it up nicely afterwards.
Okay, so yeah, the slightly more neutral-oriented approach working so far.
But right when you say that,
In there though, yeah.
it's never. They keep doing it. It's always something else happened. Good confirm right there. Not too sure about the burst right there from Eolyne, if only because that confirm wasn't going to be a ton of damage, but still maintaining the momentum of the round here.
Man position.
Ton of damage applied, but Ryukusen does have overdrive caught with the 5B, however, and that will be the round. Eolyne already at set point.
Ryukusen with that big, scary Hawkman overdrive stocked up though.
Gets a JD round start here. Eolyne getting the throw tech after the resulting situation though. Ooh, messed up the stance it looks like from there. Caught by the Enma here. Let's see what else Ryukusen's got.
Big win.
See flash kick whiffs and ooh! Can't tell if Ryukusen decided he was too far to follow up or just didn't want to spend the OD, but TK Tsubaki. Flash kick here from Eolyne. Burst comes out of Ryukusen. Definitely wanted overdrive there. Orb is set, but
not there.
Yeah. IDJB from Ryukusen will take it. Right now we are sitting even on games. Remember, the winner of this game does decide who ends up in loser side top 8.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Right now, both players even in games. Plenty of adjustments displayed on both sides. A lot of JBs, in fact. Eolyne in this time, getting the opener here. Taking Ryukusen to the corner. What an air dare.
It's under and
solid blocks here from Eolyne as well. Both players, it seems, want to default to that neutral playstyle you were talking about earlier. JD, however, is always present, and a Hawkman overdrive will definitely crank up the reward, unless you try to follow up with an air tech and thus lose some damage. Whoa, that hit so late. I was expecting that to whiff, and it looked like Ryukusen was too. Forcing the burst out of him as well. This is really advantageous from Eolyne. Ryukusen doesn't have a lot of meter to play with right now. And playing patiently right here is definitely netting him more, but Eolyne finding the place to stick out the 2C and taking the round.
alright, we swap sides. I like it.
And keeping it patient. Now, this for Ryukusen is fantastic. He just gets meter for doing nothing, right? And Eolyne, while they're sitting there, they're not gaining any advantage. They're not really pressing their movement. They're not really forcing Ryukusen to the corner or kind of bring out any option from him. So Ryukusen gets to do nothing, stay risk-free, and build meter for free. However, inevitably, somebody gets in, and right now, it's all Eolyne. Good damage here to rock up with, but the Yuki Kaze, we haven't seen it all set, and here it is. Forcing the burst out of Eolyne, but the combo was already practically done, so not really going to get a lot of reward out of it.
Yeah, oh, too far.
Plus frames on that, but the anti-air flash kick will do the job. Calling out the delay tech right there with the 5B, following up to jail him. Should be the burst here. There it is. No bait from Eolyne, and again, Eolyne moving in a little bit, trying to drag Ryukusen to the corner. Looked like he messed up an anti-air right there.
Yeah.
Ryukusen gets the hit now.
Win and
gets the purple throw and steals away the round.
so statement.
You get at least 1%, but Eolyne still got to do some push-ups.
Okay, there's the JD. Oh, man. Or was that? Yeah.
That was on the B flash kick. Really smart, right?
Yeah.
Normally, B flash kick is very safe if your opponent blocks it in the air. So using the drive allows you to punish it in a situation where otherwise your opponent would kind of just reset back into their offense. Another flash kick, however. And another JD.
Still cornered, but okay.
Should be able to go into super here. Rindo's not going to be able to take it. Overdrive available for Ryukusen. We can see a steal right now.
Still
Pops
in
that
this,
full
still in
screen.
this. Oh,
Doesn't go for the unblockable. He just opts to use it right there. And he's not going to get much reward off of this overdrive at all either. He's got the meter, sure. Oh, only trying to RC there, recognizing the catch, but unable to cancel into an invuln move or jump out of the way. There it is again, canceled into stance, but still get caught by the Yanagi. Ryukism has no meter, but Eolyne doesn't want to make the approach, so now Ryukisim's going to build the meter for the next interaction. We're going to get 3 stars here. That's enough for a Tsubaki. Another is going to be enough for a Yukikaze. Eolyne forced to approach here. Yukikaze is now on the table. Overdrive back, however.
Again? No way.
But the Wyvern from full screen because Ryukisim got a 5C. You could tell he wanted the wave super there, but here's the kicker. It still wouldn't have worked because it's projectile and Wyvern.
Would have gone through it. Oh man.
So it still wouldn't have worked. I know it has some invuln on it, but I don't think that it would have invulned Wyvern. So I understand kind of the idea there, but it's just not really working out for him.
I mean, brutal spot. You're on a sliver of life, and but you know, yeah.
Funny enough, I don't think it's that brutal. Simply be off the strength of Hakumen OD being that strong, as well as Kagura's buttons at that range being very slow. Like, there's a timeline where Ryukisim literally walks forward and just waits for a 5C or 2C, and then just reacts with a drive, and suddenly it's Lamau GG, shake my hand through the screen. But not gonna work out that way here. Ryukisim falls
not
to
this
Eolyne
week.
ultimately. Yeah. And now we've got our next set coming up here already. This is going to be Zai versus Sodelic right now. I believe these two have played a few casuals with each other. Not sure how recently. Not sure how recently they played casuals with each other. But neither are strangers here.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
5C whiffs over here right now. Zai trying to build up a bit of advantage. And throughout the sets that we've seen him in, have been playing a bit more patiently, right? They've just kind of been using the Steins, trying to keep it in neutral. Once they get their offense going, of course, you know, set up European set play, but the neutral overall has been relatively patient.
It's hard to maybe do that against Vidal, though, right?
Yeah. Already. Sorry about that.
All good.
Already in the
Sodelic
corner
takes
there,
this
and
round.
yeah. Not even bothering to pop the burst here, just kind of accepting their fate and dying in the first round.
Respectable big air tear. Okay.
Gets the 5C because a counter hit still comboed into the 6B. Okay. Pretty good damage here, but the most important thing is the Oki right now. Got the Stein in order to cover any and all techs right there with the Totsuka Blade right there. Caught by the 3C here, should be able to kill. All it's going to take is a couple normals into super. And there we go. Zai cleaning up that second round.
Yeah, very, very quickly, huh?
Rebel 3. Action.
And once again, wow, still got the pickup off of that. That was really cool. And again, using
right
the
over the ball.
yeah, using the Stein sets in order to keep them in the air and avoid a lot of the air and avoid the doll. Not sure if Sodelic's going to try to opt for a bit more of the 623D. However, that hitbox is massive, and it should be able to reach into the sky where Zai is delaying their air, delaying themselves in the air.
TRM is gonna seal it.
Yep, all it takes is the super now. And right now, Zai again, right? Really solid game. Oh, hold on a second. Are we gonna see the bank? Are we gonna see the bank?
Is it time? The time
Okay.
has come.
I'm gonna say it right now. Either Sodelic beats the tar out of Zai, and Zai gets really stubborn and gets frustrated, or Sodelic gets washed here. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really do think those are the two scenarios we're looking at right now. Because Sodelic's bang is Sodelic is a bang player through and through. This man wants to move and perform actions, so to speak. But getting the 2D right now. Float. I have no idea how that crossed up. I'm going to be honest. It's the J4B. Already looking like a much better start compared to the last call around here. DP from Zai. Setting a couple of nails, but still getting to fall and press buttons here. Getting the B&B. Almost all 4 seals set. Try to go for the command grab. Whiffs, unfortunately.
Wow. Don't frame trap me.
Remember what I was saying? It's looking a little bit like that first scenario right now. I'm not gonna lie.
So I just gotta make a couple adjustments. See if
Right
I
now,
can do
though,
it.
Sodelic is looking real pretty here. Not gonna be able to get a second seal off of this, but still looking solid. Pretty low on nails, however, and you definitely want to the neutral presence, especially against a character like Mu, who can and will fill the screen. Good hit so far
There we
here
go.
for Zai. Now let's see how Sodelic gets out of this situation. It's looking a bit rough for him right now. 5A whiffs. I think he got punished for it straight up from the recovery. Not quite going to kill unless Zai opts to spend the resources here. Gets the active flow. Oh, that crush trigger was so good. Not only was it just
Wow.
primarily used for the extension, but it netted Zai the active flow to guarantee that super would have killed.
Huh.
Right now, Zai at set point here. Definitely been doing quite well, despite the switch to Bang. Managing to hold firm.
Stalling, working out again.
Oh, and great movement from Zai, just squeezing away from Sodelic and putting them in the corner at the same time. Excellent play. All right, catching all techs, forcing the E-Tech out there. It's time for the Stein Defense Force, unless the 2D comes out from Sodelic. Backdashes, though, not committing to anything here. Sodelic opting to just dash away here.
Oh, wow. Nice block.
Yeah. And right now, Zai just playing it back, waiting
Still
for a
does have the
situation to
OD.
challenge.
Let's make
And
something
Bang
happen.
OD is, it is quite something.
Yeah, here it is.
One seal available, though. Let's see what he's got. Probably going to dash up. Has to avoid the Stein, but ultimately dashes right into it.
That's a tough minigame. That
That's a tough one. That is tough. The big thing there is that, right, like, normally that's not a bad situation, right? You have overdrive, you can dash up, you can catch his eye, setting a Stein, but just the way that worked out was just tragic, right? Like, the Steins were already set, and then Zai smartly just jumped up and then set the Totsuga and just waited for Sodelic to just slam themselves in the way. The big thing there is that those will fire off regardless of Zai getting hit. So you just kind of have to hold that. But as they say, them's the breaks. And we've got a completely different set coming on here right now. We have ChaoticGamzes over here versus Eolyne right now. So this will be the Azrael versus Jubei. And I won't hold you. It may be a bit rough for Jubei right now, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
yeah, should be interesting. Of course, we saw this matchup. This was the first game we streamed. Noctis versus
Valtr. Yeah, this was the first. Yeah, but it was a different Jubei. But yeah, Noctis Valtr was the first set that we streamed today. Only about an hour and a half ago.
Oh, sorry, not. Okay, you messed me up. But Eolyne plays Kagura, right? Am I?
Oh, I'm a lying liar that lied. Wow, look at me, just absolutely mucking it up. I'm so sorry.
We good. Oh yeah, there you go. Nick got you in the tweet thinking Eolyne too. Yeah.
No,
It
no,
happens.
I'm not thinking Eolyne. I'm not thinking Eolyne. I'm not thinking Eolyne. I'm not thinking Eolyne. I'm not. Oh my god. Whatever, man. All right, I'm on the mic. I get to talk. So you know what? I don't care. It's Kagura versus Azrael. Hold that. Anyway, oh, I forgot they have this character.
Ooh, sick.
Why are you trolling? I beat the B flash kick, but still managed to get a trade right there, Eolyne.
Okay, backing off.
DPing through the stance follow-up. Keeping the plus arms right there. No flash kick from Eolyne. Chaotic playing it a bit slowly. Eolyne kind of recognizing that and not really throwing out huge risks. Gets the 2DB round start. Ooh, if he managed to get that stance afterwards, he probably would have confirmed into a kill. Forcing the burst out, though. Chaotic sitting on active flow and overdrive with 100 meter. This is a lot of resources to play with. Immediately spending the burst here. Gets the trade. No RC after the Gustav here. Gonna spend it after the Rekka.
Uh-huh.
Yikes. Probably didn't want the Growler there, I would expect. Getting caught by Eolyne right there for the counter hit and the round. 6C round start. Okay, here we go. What do you got for us?
Oh, no!
Chaotic combos are sick, but sometimes when you drop them, it's just tragedy. Backdashing on the 2B right there. Probably gonna, yep, put Eolyne back to the corner. Good B flash kick here. Not going to be a ton of damage, especially considering the drop, but keeping Chaotic in the corner right now. 100 meter to play with, going to immediately just back off, or rather almost 100 meter to play with, using the DPRC to just get back to mid-screen. There's the 6DB there. Good counter at JB. This is going to be difficult, but it's doable. 5D will definitely start it off in a bad burst, but can't pick it up from there to kill. Just waiting out a response. Eolyne gives it to him, but Chaotic not quite ready for it. And already game one is done. Both players ready to swing right back again.
Yeah. So.
But yeah. Honestly, it feels like Chaotic has just not been able to get started. A lot of these interactions are, I can't say they're going in a wishy-washy in terms of like Chaotic's favor, but they just don't feel quite solidified, right? It just doesn't feel like Chaotic is quite yet at maximum comfort. So there's a lot of just situations that feel very dicey when they could be a bit more controlled and structured, perhaps. Dive kick is a smart idea, but when Kagura is hitting 5DC, somebody's getting hit.
Down.
Crosses up the
okay,
Eolyne in the
keeping
corner.
all the strings super short too. I guess scared of the flash kick maybe?
Perhaps. Eolyne has been using it a fair amount. Not kind of like every other interaction, but I think he wants to stay cautious of it and maybe bait out another option. Especially because Eolyne has like burst and over 50 meter to play with. So, you know, you got guard cancel overdrive now, which is off the table because of the burst, and his counter assault. Good IB right there on the 60B.
Oh, didn't barrier.
Ooh, backdash gets caught up by the 60B. Trying to go for the cross up. Gets the opener here. Not going to be able to finish the last hit of Rekka, so just crosses up again. Chaotic putting themselves almost on the board. Just needs another round to keep it 1-1. Counter at 3C, but perhaps timed a little awkwardly, so didn't get the follow-up.
Kagura do that?
Both players just swinging right now. There's the bait on the flash kick. Let's see what we got. Doesn't quite get the crush trigger confirmed, so we got the guard break, but still didn't confirm off the guard break.
Oh my gosh.
Chaotic keeping themselves close. Yes, you can indeed squeeze a JA in there if your 3C hits high enough. It's not. It's messed up. It's messed up. Either way, though, Chaotic officially putting themselves on the board with this game here. Keeping it even at 1-1.
Alright. Like that, Well, I mean, I don't know if they changed so much of his approach as maybe just tightened up some.
I think that's a
small
good way to.
parts.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to play it. It feels like there's a lot that could be tightened up in some of Chaotic's play at the moment. All right, that was just funny. If that didn't happen, Chaotic was probably eating like 5k from a Kagura. Counter hit confirmed. My God.
Yeah.
Okay, I see we got these. Gonna go into C flash kick here. 4.2k is nothing to scoff at now. Crouching hit confirmed here from Chaotic. Not quite there for the rest of it. Try to go for dump, but not working out. In the C flash kick immediately after the whiff 2DB. Eolyne putting themselves at set point.
Rebel 2. Action.
That's some state of mind to know you whiffed. Like, it wasn't
God.
that bad.
Another good flash kick. The anti-airs from Eolyne have been really good this set. Good JC. Follows it up right there as well. Chaotic trying to go for the dive kick in order to catch out an anti-air from Eolyne, but just not working out. Getting stuffed with a lot of buttons here. Probably going to see an overdrive come up soon, perhaps. Chaotic just waiting for that hit, but Eolyne is not giving it to them. OD, however,
there it is.
threw it. All right, here we go. What have we got for a confirm? 3.5 available. Not going to get the double BHS with that height, but 2 weak point set, meaning that next hit will not come by because of the flash kick from Eolyne. And Eolyne takes that set. 2-0.
2-1, right?
Was it 2-1? It was 2-1. Yeah, it was 2-1. It was 2-1.
Yeah.
It was 2-1. But yeah, it felt like Chaotic was looking for something, but could not find no purchase. The army of 5Bs, 5Cs, and 3Ds just not quite culminating in a win for the war here. However, still good showing. Always nice to see some players come out. So thank you for stopping by, Chaotic. But we'll catch you hopefully next week, maybe, question mark. But yeah, that sets up our loser semis game here with Zai versus Eolyne, who I will now continue to properly identify as a Kagura player. Sorry about that from earlier. It will be Mu versus Kagura.
Kagura, yeah. Which sounds, well, I mean, I don't know. Every time if thinking about any matchup for Kagura sounds like it's probably pain for Kagura. But...
Most of them are rough.
Yeah.
But that's generally because of Kagura's neutral presence being not the greatest. Now, I can't speak to this matchup very hard in depth. Obviously, Wyvern is an ever-present force that he can use in order to kind of get by around a couple of Steins. And with B flash kick, and we've seen a ton of 5DC usage out here, we might see a lot of Zai's air stall attempts get called out. And some of the Stein sets kind of get smashed through, for lack of a better word. But Mu is a very variable character, so there's a lot of options that she has available. So we'll see what game plan Zai has in mind, and we'll see how Eolyne wants to approach Zai's movements into air buttons in order to kind of catch them out and keep them contained. In the meantime, though, one thing that should not be contained is the Matcherino. Please make sure to use those codes. Pop in a bunch of money for them as well. We have 37 codes remaining, and I know we have over 37 people here in the chat, so this is a no-brainer. You put it all in the chat. Yeah, you put all those codes in. It's plenty of money for the players. 25 cents each time, and the sponsor quest as well. It's as easy as logging in and hitting a couple of buttons. Easy as pie. Please. Right now, however.
Eolyne on the left, Zai on the right.
And there's the Wyvern on the Stein set. However, the resulting situation somehow being that Hogger is in the corner against Mu, who has now set more Steins and is properly setting up some set play. Early burst out of Eolyne.
Neutral has ended.
Neutral has been properly avoided by Zai, in other words. And I have no idea how the JB managed to connect there. I don't know why, but it was pretty sick, and it's going to result in some good damage for Eolyne here. Overdrive here from Zai. We haven't seen them pop it defensively that often. Whiffing a couple of buttons, though. Definitely
This
not
is
getting...
a lot of damage.
Yeah. Not enough to kill yet here, unless you got some crazy double super setup, but this is like... Hold on.
Oh.
And look at me being wrong.
Wow.
That was sick.
What, moves 10k, right?
Yeah. I always forget that stance super is can be done after C flash kick like that. Another Wyvern from downtown connecting. 6A forcing the burst out of Zai. Maybe it was a potential OD, maybe it wasn't, but either way, it's gone. JC connecting from Eolyne here. Putting Zai ever so closer to the corner here. Messing up what was potentially an instant Kadomos right there from the 6B.
Now, okay, we just burst. Saw this last game. We lost round even.
Yeah, walled out by the 5C here from Zai.
Still on there.
Forcing out the counter assault as well. B flash kick connects. Didn't quite realize they were going to gain the meter, but
wow.
JA killed the set. Oh, and the flash kick.
Don't cross me up.
Yeah, that is really good that it auto-corrected, because if it didn't, that was like a 6C counter it into GG, shake my hand for the round.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
And right now, this is looking real good for Eolyne right here.
I started OD, and it's a full punish.
Now it's looking not as good, but not really so bad. Okay, now it's looking okay. Now it's not so good.
It's perhaps looking bad. But
Yeah.
it could start looking good very quickly.
All it takes is that one hit from Kagura for things to suddenly go south for his opponent. Jumping the Steins right here. Another flash kick on the Ikutachi right there. Really good usage of them. Whiffing a couple of buttons here. Maybe it was looking for a charge and didn't quite get it, but no punish from Zai. Oh, but the first hit of 6B whiff right there. Double super is available for Zai here, and with this confirmed, should be able to get it. Second super here. Yeah, and that's a lot of damage right here. Zai trying to show, hey, there's a reason why I got second place at the last weekly. Let me show you something. J2C counter hit. Nice follow up here. Sending Eolyne back to full screen. Using the fully charged Steins because they hit full screen and do a bit more damage. But Eolyne still managing to find the hit. Good OD from Zai here. And right now, a lot of back and forth. Zai maintaining neutral, doesn't really want to commit to the offense. First here from Eolyne. And there it is again, right? Just these backing up 5C, 6C. Keeping them away from Zai and then just waiting for Eolyne to thrust themselves in. Zai playing a nice, calm, neutral game after what was a much faster paced first game and taking the second.
One right back into it. Side is going to make it to losers finals.
Yeah, and honestly, this is looking close. I could see either of them make it in. Either way, though, top 4 placing is not bad whatsoever.
There's that big button again. J2C, you said? Yes.
There's the flash kick. And once again, right, Zai not really opting to commit very hard on their offense. Wants to let their neutral do the work for them.
Just avoids everything. Yep.
Yeah, setting the laser super as well. Kagura not going to land in time to Wyvern that. Ooh, and that was tricky to go for the JB there. Steins are set, and yeah, it looks like Eolyne is just having a hard time navigating through the neutral here. However, with this hit... Oh my god! Oh, good RC right there on the 6A. JB's gonna whiff, but still safe.
Eolyne just desperately holding forward, trying to get there.
But there's just so many steins. It's just straight turret defense. Probably gonna set them to move soon. But the trade! Smoothie! Smoothie, where do you get this?
It
Where do you
happened.
get this action? That one is, I have never seen that happen in my life. That is nuts. Okay. What a 5A! The Wyvern lands, but the Ikutachi's
down.
Wow. Good block so far. Caught on the blade though. Should do that Totsuka Blade Oki. You can't delay tech at all. You gotta E-tech it. Caught by the 6B here. And this should be death here. All it'll take is that one super. Clean it up, and all of a sudden, both players at set point.
With with the same OD, very yeah.
Yeah, this is about as even as it can get. 2DB manages to connect first. The lake tech doesn't really get anything done. Gets the opener, but no stance cancel. The DP whiffs, but no punish.
Punished. OD available and immediately use for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
B flash kick here. All it will take is, honestly, it could just be one counter hit and it'll be all over for Zai here. Forced to counter assault, does not want to deal with the situation. Wants to return to neutral, but the anti-air from the Valley, another flash kick. Can't follow it up here. The whiff DP.
Wow. Just perfectly out of range.
Really good play there, yeah. Honestly, that was a great set. That was fantastic. I think one of the big things that we got here was that it felt like Zai was committing to this is hard to say, but committing for non-committal defense. In other words, they really weren't trying to DPRC, force their turn, not really mashing very often, right? So seeing the DPs come out at the end there, it felt like they had cracked at just the wrong time. And therefore, it just kind of went south, right? Like getting away with one DP is like insane. Like, you're fine, but following up, just not working out. Now, as we're transitioning into, next room coming up over here for everything we got to offer, we do have a lot of real cool stuff coming up in general here for bostonbluebeat. Now, once again,
of course, we got this series continuing into next week. You can go ahead and sign up.
Yeah, you can hit ! week 3 in the chat to sign up now. Challenge is up. Maximino is up. Better fill those codes before the bracket even starts. I swear to God. And
I might do that right now.
Hey, yeah, and if you say, hey, I just want some offline stuff for coming up next month, we got you covered here. September 10th will be the offline monthly. Gonna have the usual games. CF, Strive, Exerd, tons of other games as well. We got MBTL on the new patch. So I'm sure a lot of people will be very excited about that as well. So make sure to show up, pull up, mash, have a good time. And if you say, hey, I don't want any of that, give me more online content, we got you covered. Not only do we have CF next week, we got our Plus R monthly next month on September 17th. Be sure to show up and show out. We always got a lot of great competition over there. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, with that being said, that's all the action that we have coming up. Of course, we always got some cool stuff in the pipeline, but that's the big stuff for right now. And we will be moving on to our winners finals match, which will be Icecool versus Dawn. Now, I have seen both players online a pretty decent amount, but funny enough, I can't remember the last time these two played in a set. Do you recall?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I can't say I do.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at too, personally. But both players definitely prominent in their own rights. If you've tuned into online CF Icecool was unable to make it, I believe, for last week, or wasn't there for last week, but here for this week. Dawn, of course, was the winner of last weekly, so trying to defend their title and keep their points in their ranking so they can get so they can come along for the invitational on the 13th of October. So keep in mind, this is all building up to a big invitational. We'll have a big pot for it as well and all that fancy stuff. But yeah, right now, I'm just waiting on the players showing up here. And I got to ask, who do you think is going to take this set, Smoothie? Who would you put your bet on?
No, I think it's gonna be the back-to-back for well, I guess for this set. I put it on Dawn.
Put it on Dawn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Icecool. I think it'll be Icecool. I think
this upstart. All right, let's hear it.
I think as a player, Icecool is quite good at noticing habits and player tendencies, and I think Dawn's defensive habits might bite him, given that Susanoo's punishes are, as strong as they are, and on top of his just general ability to kind of delay or frame trap or catch other things out. I think that'll be very big, and as well as I think Icecool has plenty of experience with pretty strong Reliuses, definitely has some experience against Mioro and a couple of others, so no stranger to the matchup as well, and his defense is quite solid, so I think he'll be able to weasel out of some situations that others might falter to.
Yeah, should be. I mean, yeah, looking forward to the well, if he's as prepared as I think. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with. The weird situations Dawn seems to like to, put you in.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing though is that it's Relius. The character has so much variation to him. He can do whatever he wants, in a sense, if he can set up the situation properly, right? We've dealt with it online. Now we deal with it offline. Costantis wants to play Relius and torture us all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am very excited for this set coming up here. We got Dawn in the room, just waiting on Icecool so far. Yeah, once again, don't be a bum. Hit exclamation point Matcherino. Put money in the chat if you got it to spare and you want to put it in. If you don't, you can always use the codes. We've got plenty of codes to spare. So please make sure to fill that Matcherino. Give the players some money. But yeah.
Please select your character.
Looks like our players are set and good to go.
We're in there. Scary pink square. Nice.
I forgot to check if both of them have pink squares.
Is it showing this, or is it separate from? Oh yeah, so it doesn't show here. Right?
No, it doesn't show
matter.
here. It doesn't show in the during the match either. It's only in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be terrified at losing your color only after the fact. You never know.
The wheel of fate is
It's not like MBTL where you play a player match, forget it was on series, and then suddenly you rank down and you're like, oh, okay. But here we are, round start here. And another big thing for Icecool here is that he does get to 6A Relius when Ignis isn't out. So that is a pretty good tool that he has available in order to put some pressure at full screen and force a jump out of Relius before a summon. Right now.
Boy.
Gets the EA. Not a huge punish right there for the wheel, but it gets rid of Ignis and Icecool manages to get an unlock here. Dual BIOS to set up, and you gotta hold that no matter who you are, unless it drops. Okay.
That's alright, yeah, we'll take that.
And we are pushing buttons amidst the dual BIOS. Okay. Getting the hits here. Not gonna be quite enough to kill yet. Trying to go for the fuzzy. Good blocks from Dawn.
Yeah, ooh, guard crush though.
Yeah, the Crush Trigger ultimately taking it right there. Does get the combo and the throw from it. Another really good 2C here. Really good job contesting Ignis right now. Forcing Dawn to spend more Ignis meter and going to delay the regen by quite a bit. If Dawn doesn't open up Icecool soon, he's going to have to desummon at some point. There it is. And the 2C hitting reverse. Orb is set now, so Icecool has yet another tool to catch the latex here.
Some fuzzy and
Sword unlock now as well. Raw 6B for his troubles. Okay. DP not. You went for 6C, and no, I don't know why you did that. And okay, just do your astral. We're gonna. I don't know what to say. That was kind of nuts. Okay.
Wow.
I haven't
a call out or a misinput, but if it
Well, the
works,
thing is,
it was
though-
on purpose.
But he didn't have DP unlocked, and he wasn't in overdrive. I don't think. So that was just like, I don't know. But it happened.
You know,
and we have to
it's an astral read for an astral fin. You know, it is what it is.
I guess, but it's a lot, okay? 6B round start, beaten out by the JA.
Yeah, just backdash into it and
Yeah, instant overdrive confirmed. Just wants to get the usual seals here. Gets wheel, gonna go for Grand Viper. Oh no. Combo drops at the last second, but still gets the throw here.
pops first. That's reasonable.
Still gets 6-8 immediately afterwards, though. Whoa,
Wow,
you see
and
so
it hit
active.
Ignis.
Hit both of them.
What is the reverse?
Dawn gets the yeah. DP is available for Icecool. Gonna see if he opts to pop it. Now Ignis does get to guard point projectiles. I'm not sure if it'll still hit Relius at the same time, but something to note. Dual Bios set here. The wake up wheel does not work out against Dual Bios, to the shock of no one. Reversal super coming out from Icecool. Dawn trying to get really fancy with his punish with the D-summon there. Maybe buffered it beforehand, but just not working out for him. Icecool trying to get that 2-game lead already. Good blocks from him. Just staying patient, and that's the big thing against Relius, right? There's a lot of situations where at full screen, as long as you are moving properly or baiting out Doll attacks, you can drain Relius's meter pretty well without committing to much. Look how low it is already, right? Dawn got to regen some of it, but had to use it again just to finish up the confirm.
Now it's coming back.
Ooh, very crafty TRM setup right there from Dawn, but Icecool not deterred whatsoever.
Fifth punish here, and to the corner, has active flow too.
Probably just wants the regen for Doll right now. Gets to EA. Not a lot of damage, but a full stick of butter when Doll is looking real good. 6A from Icecool, however, still managing to land. Double 6B, because if it didn't work the first time, we try again. Grand Viper, wheel, active flow, and overdrive. Next hit, very well could kill. The wheel, rather the spin, not working out for Dawn. Forcing the burst out of him now. This is real good for Icecool. Not going to commit super heavily, doesn't want to eat the 2C. But look at the doll meter again.
Okay, finds the... Okay, ups burst. Wow.
Yeah. That's the thing. You can't really wake up Dual Bios unless your opponent is playing very passively. And Icecool is just too on the ball right there, frankly. A good super jump out and a quick punish, and Icecool is looking very poised to just 3-0 Dawn and get him out of the way, for lack of a better word.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
5B in round start. Gonna get the burst out of Dawn. 6A as well.
6A.
Jesus. And this is not good if you are Relius. He could very well just die on the next hit. And if it's a 6B, he's dying on the next hit. Unless he messes it up because of proration. Tries to spin, but 6B just recovers too fast. Icecool opting for the 2C, but A lot of Reliuses like to go for the doll drill when they've double jumped as a way of staying in the air and still throwing out a hitbox. The DP from Icecool. Close out that round. That was fast. All right, walking back this time, just acknowledging the potential for the drill. Dawn again, still trying to go for spin, but it's just not working out with the way Icecool is structuring his pressure. Here comes the throw now. Gonna get the 6D. Sword unlock, great for confirms, even better for neutral.
Okay, overdrive.
Doesn't lead to much, and if you're Dawn, you are breathing a sigh of relief. Compared to the other ODs that we saw from Icecool, where they were, at minimum, an EA punish on something.
Okay, goes for the super to regen some doll.
Good confirm here. Going for the sword super. Cleaves out Ignis, but Dawn himself didn't really commit to anything, so Relius is just fine. 50-meter dual BIOS might be coming up real soon. There's the OD. Icecool walking back almost expectantly. Here's the dual BIOS itself. Icecool just super jumping over, and again, the dual BIOS just not bearing any fruit here. Gets the follow-ups here. Not going to kill. In fact,
she's disabled. So
yeah, and that's the thing. It just defensively, just not really working out here. Grand Viper, what's the mix you got for us? Just keeping up pressure with 5As, nothing too serious. Overdrive available for whatever confirm Icecool wants. 50-meter available for Dawn, however, so could see a counter assault. Oh, but caught trying to backdash. And there it is. Icecool taking it 3-0. Right there.
yeah. Well, you know, maybe you have a better read on the situation than me. I have to admit.
I mean, it is. But yeah, I frankly, I just feel that Icecool has a way better handle on challenging and catching player habits. That backdash was unfortunate. Like the 6Bs being really great at hitting the doll and then still managing to get a 2A afterwards because of the recovery speed and the recovery of spin, right? The dual BIOSes, only one of them basically worked out well in a game set, which is big if you're fighting against Aurelius, right? And then in neutral, the 6As catching out Dawn numerous times, adding up chip, and still letting Icecool build up seals over time so he could get that advantage and generate momentum despite being at full screen of Susanoo. You know? These are the things that can add up. But enough about that. We do have our losers finals coming up right away. Still getting more Dawn against Eolyne. So we've got a lot more to play with. And if I remember correctly, this is a repeat of Winter Side earlier today.
Yep.
Where Dawn had sent Eolyne to losers in the first place.
Yep. That match went 2-1 Dawn's favor. We'll see. With some time, maybe a longer set. We'll go Eolyne's favor this time.
We'll have to see. Ooh!
Oh wow, that
tricky
was
right
tricky.
there.
The combo.
Nice confirm here. Not a lot of damage, but you brought a Kagura to the corner as Relius, so that's pretty damn good. Popping the overdrive in order to regen Ignis back. Not going to be able to swap sides off of this confirm, but still in a very good position.
It's after the air tech and wow.
Reversal super from Dawn, allowing himself to also regen Ignis. The spin 2D not working out in the face of a flash kick. Command grab coming out as well from Eolyne. Gets a 6A, no BFAF follow-up. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Wyvern didn't invuln, but it brought him away from Ignis. He can kill off of this. This is flash kick RC. Oh my god, no! Counter assault? There it is.
Okay.
There's
Any
the full screen
hit will
BIOS.
do it.
Are you prepared for it? Just opting to block.
Doesn't have to be, I
Ignis
guess.
not really threatening because Dawn is sitting at full screen, right? And I feel like Eolyne was definitely watching. Oh, but that was tricky.
Wow.
That was just tricky. That was really clever. Ignis off screen with the swipe to steal the round. But yeah, Eolyne just kind of backing off, recognizing that Don's not really moving in or committing, so he's just like, oh, I guess you spent 50 meter and planted Ignis in front of me, but like, it's kind of fine.
Jumps that.
Good pressure from Don, but an even better flash kick from Eolyne. Playing neutral nice and calmly, just allowing himself to back off and gain the doll meter for next interaction. Don still opting for a lot of these spins here, especially with doll out. We'll have to see if Eolyne decides to go with either maybe a frame trap in order to catch it out, or opt to just 5DB in order to command grab him. Now
Almost able to tech out the first time.
gets caught with the low here. Empty spin. Oh, nearly.
Wow.
Oh, hold on.
Wow.
Not able to follow up completely with the confirm, but that's still something.
How
Counter
do you
assault
get
from
Eolyne
Don.
off you at this point?
Ignis is off the field. This is looking real good. Kagura's got a good chance in order to make something work. But Don is about to build 50 meter for a counter assault. And that would matter had he not eaten a wyvern to the face.
3. Action.
Both players equal on rounds. B-Flash whiffs. Bit of an awkward hit. Eolyne still opting to burst here. Does not want to let Don gain any momentum, but a good old spin 6D will certainly turn the tides.
Yeah.
Goes for the straight up
Stay
stance
sticky.
cancel. Now, stance cancels from Kagura are very slow and super punishable, but mostly through the usage of overdrive. And Don did not have it available and immediately spent it on the burst on the 2DA here, so he's got something to work with.
Right back into the corner.
Counter assault coming up most likely. Getting caught out, actually. Unable to follow up with a super. Just goes for the JC on the whiff throw from Don. Not sure if he was intending to run up throw to catch Eolyne or maybe throw tech, but either way, caught and killed for his troubles.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Ignis from beyond the veil, putting in plenty of work here.
Healthy early damage here.
Popping the super, wants to regen Ignis. Should be about one more confirm in order to kill. With active flow, definitely only one more hit. And there it is with the double overhead. Don in a pretty good position going into this next round. Full burst gauge on the table. Compared to only 70%.
Everything
Spin.
whiffs.
Yeah. Manages to get the spin.
So now this time. Oh.
And really good overdrive awareness here from Don. Opting to spend it a lot more in order to regen Ignis rather than bursting quite as much. Blocks the flash kick, but no punish. Plus on whiff, I swear. And it looks like Eolyne, I'm starting to think that he may be opting to use these stance cancels in order to draw out a potential spin from Don. However, it's not bearing fruit, and Don's just been able to back off instead. Pressure restarted. There's the B flash kick follow-up. Command grab this time. Don's got a full burst gauge and opts to spend it. Really wants to take this round. 5A barely connects. Charge primed and ready, but might just back off. Yeah, that's just a neutral BIOS. But sticking out the JC there is not gonna do it. Eolyne now down 2 games. Had he just opted to air dash over or just jump forward, he would have been in a way better position, but got far too greedy there with the JC. Both players now even at 1-1. And this set is definitely proving to show some interesting stuff between both players.
Action.
Wheel it around start, stuffed. Nothing to speak of. TRM! And here's the air TRM. You don't get to see that too often, but it is very sick when you do. Counter hit Wyvern gonna lead to a lot of damage if not for the burst. Oh. He used a low recovery move, but didn't punish the spin on time.
A sandwich here.
Bit of an awkward situation, but Ignis meter is running very low. Gonna see the D-summon right there. Gonna get... No, not the C flash kick ender. Dawn, once again, opting to just spin.
Oh, wow, that hits.
Yeah, gets the reversal super here now. Oh, that was just a awkward moment that Dawn managed to make the most of. Has to regen Ignis. Yeah. Not sure if he wanted the 6C there, but he's definitely going to die as a result of it. Eolyne managing to take the next round, wants to be up a game, wants to keep it 2-1. Stay in a nice position here. The JC beating the JA. And 2DA, Eolyne's not been using it much, but almost every time I've seen him like use it in this set, it has worked.
Not the air dash.
Whoa. Eolyne playing it far back, but that's just letting Dawn regenerate Ignis for free. Good awareness on the 2D, not further challenging, getting guard pointed. There's a spin 6D, but again, now the Ignis gauge is completely drained. Dawn is rather defenseless. However, does have system mechanics and a reversal super to work with. We'll see if Eolyne opts to bait it. Goes for the 5C. Flash kick connects. Next hit could be it. Counter assault.
Ball's not here.
Another counter assault. Gets the throw on landing, but no follow-up there.
Oh my gosh.
But the JC, that's how I feel. That is how I feel. Oh my gosh. JC managing to take it. Both players immediately mashing the rematch. And right now, in what I think would be surprising for most had they seen the last week up, Eolyne is looking like they could very well take the set right now. Dawn opting for a lot of the 2-1-4Cs. Very strong pressure reset, especially if your opponents are conditioned to be passive. 2C counter hit lands, but no follow-up, unfortunately. Just jumps over the 2-1-4C. Still punished right at the end there. Gets the link off of the OD just barely. Still getting jailed by the 2-1-4Cs and through Dawn's strings. All the way to the corner now. And Eolyne falls right there. That was some sick corner carry off of just a block string, frankly. 2C whiffs. Relius 2C hits, and there's the air TRM once again. Trying to use that JA in order to keep Eolyne pinned and then opting for the throw right afterwards. Another crush trigger, and suddenly Dawn is riding with a ton of momentum right now. Looking primed and ready to take this second game for himself. However, 5C counter it, but just not following up. Just feels a bit sloppy right now from Eolyne. We'll see if he can recover from this. Burst likely coming up from the next hit for Dawn. Let's see, reversal super, there it is, but that's getting baited. Burst, not baited though.
Now it's to find his way back in.
Well, a C flash kick will definitely help him close it out. Alright, we're at set point now for Eolyne. Can definitely take it if he gets the right hit and sends Dawn to the corner quickly. The Wyvern phases through so the 60 doesn't connect. And below. What have we got here?
Eolyne in the corner.
Lands and opts for the 2C. Eolyne's definitely getting a little too carried away with some of these JCs here, and Dawn is making great use of his anti-air. Try to bait out the counter assault maybe, or try to opt for a Katamos right there. Whoa, caught by the 6C. Okay, active flow, overdrive is available. Oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
Beautiful job jailing, but a great mash from Dawn. Barely alive. Counter assault coming up into 2D. Here we go. Oh, you dared to force me to block one move? It's my turn, my friend. However, drained of resources now. Does have overdrive available. Barely gets the spin. Forcing the burst out of Eolyne. Are you going to jump back? What have we got here?
Whoa.
Blocked it, but the spin. Wyvern barely whiffs. This is looking real close. Very tense situation. Dual bows from behind. And Eolyne does not back off from it properly. However, techs
Works out.
The Wyvern
Wow,
with the 2DB.
What a brave Wyvern, too. He knew it was the last hit.
Timed it so well. And Dawn was just not prepared for that. If I'm Aurelius, I don't expect the Kogre to say, I hate everything you stand for. Here's a Wyvern. It's over. That was a wild finish right there. And he also hit Ignis, so he was still going to be able to cancel out of the stance. You saw him cancel a little early there. And then he still got the 2DB. That is really great awareness for the last hit in such a crazy situation. And that's going to make up our loser side for grand finals. Now that is a pretty crazy set here, but the question now becomes, can Eolyne surmount Icecool? You got 2 sets to play if you manage to claw your way through one. Icecool, of course, only needs the 1 set, a simple 3 games, in order to crown themselves the winner of Burst Limit Week 2.
Please select your character.
And I don't believe we're going to see no character select surprises, none of that. Just going to see... All right, what stage you're picking? Altar? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take Altar.
Okay.
I am very excited for this one here. Grand Finals, Burst Limit Week 2, Icecool versus Eolyne. Let's get it. Now, probably going to expect Eolyne to back off at round start, or maybe go for like a full screen Wyvern. At this point, who knows?
Jumps forward, okay.
Doesn't get the BFAF near Link. Icecool with the first clean hit. Good throw tech from Eolyne. Not letting Icecool get away with the 4D here. Overdrive is triggered.
But it's fine for Eolyne.
Yeah. Keeping Icecool stringed up for the most part. Ooh. The 2C, not quite a good idea for a couple of reasons in this matchup, but we'll go over it in a moment. Right now, though, this is very tense in the corner. Amazing throw techs from Eolyne right now. Good block on the 6B. Or sees the flash kick. Unfortunately, Eolyne's going to donate a smooth DP for Icecool. The flash kick is just not going to work out either. And one thing that I think we're going to see a bit more often is Eolyne opt to use 5C more often than 2C, if only because Susanoo's primary movement option, like a fast movement option, is IED, right? That's just going to straight up beat 2C already, so there's even more reason for Icecool to do it. But we'll see what happens. Good DP through the string here. 6D, I swear, I don't know what it is, but I feel like Icecool gets the most 6Ds out of any Susanoo player I have ever seen. Gets the good routing into the wheel. Try to go for the 6D meaty, not quite there. Good jump over the reversal super.
Let's see. Oh, goes for some 6 side swap and
Back to full screen now. And Icecool just kind of expected on the Wyvern, looking for the burst with the RC there, but Eolyne is not giving it to them. Gonna get the sand cake for the guard break. Not gonna lead to much yet. And there it is, just the weight, and then IEDJC. All right. Icecool on the board with 1 game, but Eolyne definitely showing some stuff so far. We'll see what more they got to offer here.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Okay,
Rebel
here we go. Back to it.
Game 2.
No IBs on the 6B, so Icecool gets a lot more room to play with here. Probably wants to keep the threat of flash kick here by holding 1 and not opting for the IBs, perhaps. Either way, though. Ooh, nice JC here. Good damage as well. Should be able to take them straight to the corner. And we're seeing a lot of reversal supers from Icecool. That's the second one in as many rounds so far. And that's not usual unless Icecool is playing very, very confidently.
Rebel 2. Action.
Like right now, this seems to be like kind of standard affair, but he's kind of playing it a bit loosely with defense. I believe that would be the right way to put it. And everybody gets cracked over by 2DA. Them's the breaks.
Icecool gotta try and make something happen. It has a couple seals. That's good.
Good block on the flash kick, forcing the RC out of Eolyne. Back to neutral here. Nice catch on the air movement.
Safe with this. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there it is, you know, the 5C catching the jump out attempt from Icecool, since it's such a common option. Icecool can deal with that. I'm not entirely sure, actually, if Icecool gets to low profile that with Grand Viper, but that option's not even on the table, so he's free to just swing the 5Cs away.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
All right, here we go now. 5B countered for Susan. Yeah, that's an overdrive and wheel and Grand Viper unlocked at a minimum. Unless the combo drops. In which case, hey, only 3.8 round start for your trouble. Burst coming out from Eolyne. Caught by the really far JC here. Cool pressure resets with the orb. Still a purple throw. Perhaps, I'm not sure if that guard crush actually hit or not, but either way, Icecool taking the round right there relatively quickly.
Rebel 2. Action.
Early start here for Eolyne. Just keep his pressure extended, or just pushes himself out a little too far.
Yeah. Icecool with the punish now, getting the route into crush trigger. DP unlocked as well. There's the 6C. I swear Susanoo players slip that in there like no other. I don't get how they do it. Orb unlocked to catch the latex. Icecool was looking for something, and he did not get it with the whiff throw there. DP, however, will connect. Not quite in the way he was hoping, however, with that combo drop.
5C.
Overdrive is available. All it takes is one stance, one mistake, and suddenly Icecool can steal it away. Goes for the wheel, checks for the burst, and commits to looking for it. There it is. Yeah, that's a thing that you'll see that like I see more often, right? Like you'll see people that'll bait the burst, then you'll see people that'll do a delay burst, like once they see a bait, because they don't want their opponent to have the chance to pick up again. But Icecool just holding IC1, as they say. Just letting Eolyne hang themselves with the burst there. And already Icecool up 2 games right now, looking to take the set and claim themselves as the winner of Burst Limit.
Yeah, okay, an airborne start this time.
Nice job jailing right there. Burst coming out from Eolyne rather early. Both players are down a burst. Probably better for Kagura than it is for Susanoo, all things considered, but still. Sword is unlocked. 60 on the wake up. Things are not looking ideal. Orb as well to check. RC, what's your mix? IAD's over the flash kick. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know if that was intended to go over it or not, but that was absolutely sick. Good block on the 60A. Catches out backdash after this 5DA as well. Oh, there's the fuzzy.
Already a 50-meter.
Yeah. And these bursts coming in, I don't feel like they're timed for up. All right,
No.
buddy.
Whoa.
All right, buddy. We get it. Icecool trying to show off and take a grandstand as he finishes up here with the purple throw. And we'll take the set 3-0 and burst limit in week 2.
3-1. But yes.
3-1, rather. Yes, 3-1. Either way, cleaning it up quite well.
Congratulations to Icecool, of course. And everyone else.
Good showing from both players there. Now, don't forget, before we go, there's plenty of cool CF action happening in general. There's the WASD CF bracket that will be on Thursday. Check out Impurist Club for that. We have, of course, have another weekly for Monday. Same time, same place, same stream. You know how it goes, right? You can check out that bracket by hitting ! week 3. If you had enough of that and you want some more offline action, wait for September 10th, where we got our offline monthly here. Usual slew of games with Gear, BB, MBTL, Dragon Ball, you know the vibes. And of course, we have our Plus R monthly coming in on September 17th, only a week after the monthly. So hey, be sure to show up and show out. We've got a lot of action coming on here in general. Smoothie, you got anything to share or talk about?
Nothing for me. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Well, with that being said, you see the standings here. Things are getting a lot closer with Icecool winning this weekly, so be on the lookout for more action. And I believe we'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy.